Hello, welcome Chandra Zas, Zen Odyssey. Super stoked you're here as always. Thank you very much, honored. So this week I want to dive into food, which is a serious passion of mine. On my blog series, you can check out 3 posts in details, but I start to introduce the concept of intermittent fasting. I realized as I started to introduce the topic of intermittent fasting that it was kind of pertinent to share some more of my history and where I come from. So I feel like I'm really lucky that I had my health crisis at a really young age. I have found when working with people that the motivation to change lifestyles and habits and ways of eating and ways of dealing with emotions and stress levels and all of the things that compound and create digestive issues, that the component to change is generally connected to some kind of health crisis, because most people would rather not change. It's easier not to change than it is to change. When I was young and I wasn't feeling well and I started looking around and seeing that there were some people, a rather small percentage of people, who were actually looking quite healthy at a relatively old age, I remember, I'm not sure exactly how I decided to do this, but I remember taking on this mission to age gracefully. I thought it was something that was just really remarkable and seemed like a really worthy thing to dedicate a good amount of my energy towards. So this has been a big part of my whole food and mood revolution and my whole way that I see and interact with life and food and emotions and everything that I'm now culminating into a coaching practice, which is just blowing my own mind and really, really incredible. So when I gear towards life as aging gracefully, what that means is that I'm constantly looking for things that can optimize my health, that can increase my quality of life. And so my most recent adventure, this is where it gets to this week's blog posts, is intermittent fasting. I've known about it for a long time and been really curious about it, but haven't yet made the jump myself. And so I talk a little bit about that in my blog posts, and I just want to introduce the concept. I'm for sure no expert in intermittent fasting. My man has been doing it for, I think, close to a year now and really, really loves it. And I am just now jumping on the bandwagon. Like I said, I'm not an expert in it, but what I am an expert in is change and is in changing habits. So my personal current adventure is trying out intermittent fasting and see how my body responds to it, see how my life changes, my energy levels change. And what I want to offer you is the way to change, just to make a change like intermittent fasting or something else that you want to experiment with in your health world, is by getting your mind on board, getting your thoughts on board. Because how we think about habit changes and how we think about being comfortable and easy versus making a change which is difficult and awkward and requires a learning phase. When we can do the brain work to get our brain on board, then the change is like much, much, much easier. What we think creates how we feel, and what we feel creates how we act, which is our behaviors, which is the way that we eat, the way we exercise, the way we conduct our lifestyles. So if you're thinking about making a change like intermittent fasting, get into your brain, do some thought work, and get yourself on board. So check out the blog post in the show notes and stay tuned for more. It's a Zen Odyssey. I love it. And I actually kind of don't have words for how incredible and special this adventure is to me. And I just really want to thank you for being on board. It's really, really awesome. Have a wonderful day. Ciao.